Have you ever wondered why some Spathiphyllum plants bloom beautifully while others seem to struggle no matter what you do? What if I told you that most people unknowingly make simple mistakes that keep their peace lily from thriving? Maybe you've seen your plant's leaves turn yellow, droop dramatically, or refuse to bloom. But don't worry, you're about to discover the hidden secrets that nurseries don't tell you. Stay with me, because by the end of this guide, you'll know exactly how to transform your peace lily into a stunning, thriving masterpiece that fills your home with elegance and freshness. Stick with me, and by the end of this guide, you'll not only know exactly how to care for your Spathiphyllum, but also avoid the common mistakes that many beginners make. Let's dive into the world of peace lily care together. Spathiphyllum, commonly known as the peace lily, is a tropical plant famous for its air purify qualities, resilience, and beautiful white flowers. But while it's often marketed as an easy care plant, there are specific conditions it thrives in. Understanding its needs will transform your plant from a struggling survivor into a flourishing masterpiece. The perfect light for a healthy peace lily. Light is one of the most critical factors in peace lily care. In its natural habitat, the Spathiphyllum grows under the canopy of tropical rainforests, receiving dappled sunlight. Best placement: keep your peace lily in bright, indirect light, which mimics its natural rainforest habitat. A spot near a north or east-facing window is ideal because it provides gentle morning light without the harsh afternoon sun. If placing your plant near a south or west-facing window, ensure it's shielded with sheer curtains to prevent direct exposure that can scorch the leaves. If your peace lily is too far from a light source, it may survive, but growth will slow and flowering might cease. Observing how your plant responds to its current location will help you determine whether it needs to be moved to a brighter or shadier spot for optimal health. What to avoid: direct sunlight can be harmful to your peace lily, as its delicate leaves are sensitive to intense rays. If exposed for too long, the foliage may develop unsightly brown, crispy edges, which are a clear sign of sun damage. To prevent this, avoid placing your plant directly in the path of afternoon sunlight, particularly near south or west-facing windows without protection. If you notice leaf scorching, relocate the plant to a shadier area or use sheer curtains to diffuse the light. On the other hand, too little light can also negatively impact your peace lily. When placed in a dimly lit corner, the plant will survive but will struggle to produce flowers, leading to a lackluster, slow-growing plant. If your peace lily has lush green leaves but isn't blooming, it may not be getting enough light. Moving it to a brighter spot with indirect sunlight can encourage the development of its iconic white flowers while keeping the foliage healthy and vibrant. Can it survive in low light? Yes. Peace lily are well known for their adaptability to low light conditions, making them a great choice for offices, bedrooms, or spaces with limited natural sunlight. However, while they can survive in these environments, their growth will slow significantly, and they may struggle to produce their signature white blooms. If your peace lily seems healthy but refuses to flower, it may not be getting enough indirect sunlight. Consider moving it closer to a window with filtered light, such as an east-facing window, or supplementing with a grow light for a few hours a day. When choosing a grow light, opt for full-spectrum LED lights in the range of 5,000 Kelvin, 6,500 Kelvin, which mimic natural daylight and promote blooming. A light with an intensity of 2,000 to 3,000 lumens, placed about 12 to 18 inches above the plant, will provide the right amount of illumination without causing leaf burn. Another indicator of insufficient light is when the leaves appear darker than usual, the stems grow longer and weaker as the plant stretches toward a light source, or the plant exhibits slow overall growth. If natural light is not an option, using an adjustable clip-on grow light or a standalone LED panel with a built-in timer can help maintain a consistent light cycle. While Peace Lila won't die in low light, ensuring the right balance of natural and artificial illumination will keep them thriving and encourage flowering. The right way to water a peace lily. One of the biggest mistakes plant owners make is improper watering. Spathiphyllum has a unique way of telling you when it's thirsty. Its leaves start to droop dramatically. How often to water? Watering your peace lily correctly is crucial for its health and longevity. The best way to determine when to water is by checking the soil moisture manually. Insert your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry at this depth, it's time to water. However, if the soil still feels slightly damp, wait another day or two before checking again. Peace lila are sensitive to both overwatering and underwatering, so finding the right balance is key. When properly watered, the plant will maintain perky, lush green leaves, but when thirsty, it will dramatically droop, almost as if it's asking for a drink. If this happens, don't panic. Simply water the plant, and within a few hours, it should perk back up. Avoid watering on a strict schedule, as environmental factors like temperature and humidity influence how quickly the soil dries out. Instead, always rely on the moisture test to prevent unnecessary stress on your plant. Watering method: always use filtered or room temperature water to prevent chlorine and fluoride buildup, which can harm your peace lily's delicate roots. Tap water often contains chemicals that can cause brown leaf tips over time. If filtered water isn't available, let tap water sit out overnight in an open container to allow chlorine to evaporate before using it. When watering, do so slowly and evenly, ensuring the entire root ball is moistened. Water thoroughly until excess liquid drains from the bottom of the pot. This flushes out any accumulated salts or toxins and ensures deep hydration. Avoid letting the plant sit in standing water, as soggy soil can quickly lead to root rot. Using a well-draining potting mix and a container with drainage holes is essential for preventing overwatering issues. Observing how quickly the soil absorbs moisture will help you determine the right watering frequency for your specific environment. Signs of overwatering. Overwatering is one of the most common mistakes in peace lily care and can lead to several serious issues. The first warning sign is yellowing leaves, particularly older leaves at the base of the plant, which indicate that the roots are sitting in too much moisture. If the problem persists, the plant may develop soft, mushy stems and an overall wilted appearance, despite the soil being wet. Another critical symptom is root rot, which occurs when excess water suffocates the roots, causing them to turn brown or black and emit a foul odor. To check for root rot, gently remove the plant from its pot and inspect the roots. Healthy roots should be white and firm. If you notice dark, mushy roots, it's crucial to trim them away and repot the plant in fresh, well-draining soil. To prevent overwatering, ensure your pot has good drainage holes and always allow excess water to escape. Using a well-draining potting mix with added perlite or orchid bark can help keep moisture levels balanced, reducing the risk of overwatering-related issues. The best soil and pot for your peace lily. Choosing the right soil mix and pot is essential for keeping your peace lily healthy. Ideal soil mix. Choosing the right soil is crucial for your peace lily's overall health. A well-draining, nutrient-rich mix is the best choice, as it allows water to flow freely while retaining enough moisture to keep the roots hydrated. You can use a high-quality indoor potting mix formulated for tropical plants and improve its aeration by adding perlite or orchid bark. Perlite helps prevent soil compaction, ensuring that the roots receive adequate oxygen, while orchid bark enhances drainage and mimics the plant's natural environment. Alternatively, you can create a custom mix using equal parts peat moss perlite, and pine bark, which provides excellent drainage, moisture retention, and aeration. Avoid using heavy garden soil or mixes that hold excessive water, as these can lead to root rot and other moisture-related issues. Pot selection. Selecting the right pot is crucial for your peace lily's long-term health. Always choose a pot with drainage holes, as this prevents water from accumulating at the bottom, reducing the risk of root rot. When it comes to material, ceramic or plastic pots are excellent choices. Ceramic pots are slightly porous, allowing for better airflow around the roots, while plastic pots retain moisture longer, making them ideal for those who tend to underwater their plants. Avoid using pots made of non-porous materials like glass or metal, as they can trap excess moisture and create an unsuitable environment for the roots. Size also matters. Choose a pot that is 1 to 2 inches larger in diameter than the root ball to allow for steady growth without excessive soil that retains too much moisture. A pot that is too large may hold more water than the plant can absorb, leading to overly damp soil conditions. If your peace lily has outgrown its container, consider repotting every 1 to 2 years to ensure continued healthy growth. Feeding your peace lily for lush growth. Fertilizing your peace lily correctly will encourage vibrant foliage and regular blooming. How often? Peace lily benefit from regular feeding to maintain vibrant foliage and encourage flowering. During the active growing seasons of spring and summer, feed your plant once a month using a balanced liquid fertilizer such as a 10-10-10 or 20-20-20 formula diluted to half strength. Some excellent options include Miracle-Gro Indoor Plant Food, Espoma Organic Indoor Plant Food, or Schultz All-Purpose Liquid Plant Food. These fertilizers provide essential nutrients without overwhelming the plant. This ensures your plant receives the necessary elements for strong growth and flowering without the risk of fertilizer burn. If your peace lily is growing in lower light conditions, you may reduce feeding to once every 6 weeks, as it will require fewer nutrients due to slower growth. In fall and winter, when the plant's growth slows down, stop fertilizing to allow it to rest. Overfeeding can lead to salt buildup in the soil, causing brown leaf tips, so always water thoroughly after fertilizing to help flush out any excess residue. Avoid overfeeding. While fertilizing is essential for your peace lily's growth, too much of it can do more harm than good. Overfeeding leads to a buildup of salts and minerals in the soil, which can cause brown leaf tips, yellowing leaves, and even root damage. If you notice crispy, browning edges on your plant's leaves, consider reducing the frequency or strength of fertilization. Additionally, excess fertilizer can disrupt the plant's natural nutrient balance, leading to weak, leggy growth instead of lush, compact foliage. To prevent overfeeding, always dilute liquid fertilizer to half strength and flush the soil with clean water every few months to remove any salt accumulation. If your peace lily starts showing signs of overfertilization, pause feeding for a month and resume with a weaker solution. Temperature and humidity, the hidden key to success. Spathiphyllum thrives in warm, humid conditions. Mimicking its tropical origins will boost its growth. Ideal temperature. Peace lily thrive in warm, stable temperatures between 65 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 27 degrees Celsius, which closely resemble their native tropical environments. These plants are sensitive to sudden temperature fluctuations, so it's best to keep them away from drafty windows, air conditioners, and heating vents. Cold temperatures below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius, can cause the leaves to droop and become discolored, while prolonged exposure to excessive heat can lead to dehydration and browning leaf tips. If you notice your peace lily struggling, check for nearby temperature shifts and relocate it to a more consistent climate within your home. A stable, warm environment will keep your plant happy and thriving year-round. Humidity needs. Peace lily naturally thrive in humid environments. similar to their tropical origins. If you live in a dry climate or keep your plant in a space with artificial heating or air conditioning, maintaining proper humidity levels is essential for healthy growth. Dry air can cause the leaf edges to turn brown and crispy, indicating a lack of moisture. To increase humidity, consider mist spraying the leaves with distilled or filtered water a few times a week, but avoid excessive misting, as stagnant moisture on leaves can invite fungal issues. Another effective method is placing a pebble tray with water under the pot. This creates a gentle humidity boost as the water evaporates. For a more consistent and long-term solution, a humidifier placed near the plant will help maintain optimal moisture levels in the air. Ideally, aim for humidity levels of 50 to 60%, which will keep your peace lily lush and vibrant. If you notice persistent dryness, grouping your peace lily with other plants can also create a microhumid environment beneficial for its growth. Common peace lily problems and how to fix them. Even with the best care, issues can arise. Here are some common problems and solutions. Brown leaf tips. If you notice brown, crispy edges forming on your peace lily's leaves, this is often a sign of dry air or excess fertilizer. Low humidity levels can cause the leaf tips to dry out, particularly during winter months when indoor heating reduces moisture in the air. Using a humidifier, misting the plant occasionally, or placing a pebble tray with water beneath the pot can help maintain the right humidity levels. On the other hand, if the brown tips appear alongside an otherwise healthy plant, over-fertilization may be the culprit. Excess mineral buildup from frequent feeding can lead to salt accumulation in the soil, damaging the roots and leaf edges. To fix this, flush the soil with clean water every few months to remove excess fertilizer, and always dilute liquid fertilizers to half strength before applying. Identifying whether the issue stems from low humidity or excessive feeding will help you adjust care routines accordingly and restore your plant's health. Drooping leaves. If your peace lily's leaves suddenly droop, it's usually a sign of underwatering. This plant is known for dramatically wilting when it's thirsty, but the good news is that it quickly perks up after a thorough watering. Always check the soil moisture by sticking your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. However, drooping can also indicate root rot caused by overwatering. If the soil is constantly wet, the roots may begin to rot, leading to a lack of water absorption. In this case, inspect the roots by gently removing the plant from its pot. Healthy roots should be white and firm, while rotten roots will appear mushy and dark. If root rot is present, trim the affected roots with sterile scissors and repot the plant in fresh, well-draining soil. Adjust your watering routine to prevent future issues, ensuring that the soil dries slightly between waterings. No flowers. If your peace lily is producing lush green leaves but refuses to bloom, the culprit is usually low light or nutrient deficiency. Spathiphyllum requires bright, indirect light to encourage flowering. If your plant is in a dimly lit corner, try moving it closer to a window with filtered sunlight. If natural light is insufficient, a full-spectrum grow light can supplement its needs. Lack of nutrients can also prevent flowering. Peace lily benefit from regular feeding with a phosphorus-rich fertilizer, such as a 10 to 30 to 10 blend during the growing season to stimulate bloom production. Some excellent fertilizer options include Miracle Grow Bloom Booster 15 to 30 to 15, Joby's Organics Flowering Plant Food 3 to 524, and Osmocote Smart Release Plant Food 14 to 14 to 14. These fertilizers are designed to enhance flowering and overall plant health. If you've been using a balanced fertilizer but still see no flowers, try switching to a bloom-boosting formula and applying it once a month in spring and summer. Additionally, repotting your plant into fresh soil every couple of years can replenish essential nutrients and encourage healthier growth. With the right balance of light and nutrients, your peace lily will soon reward you with its signature white blooms. Propagating peace lily, multiply your greenery. Division method. When repotting, gently remove the peace lily from its container and shake off excess soil to expose the root system. Identify natural separations within the root clump, looking for sections that already have their own cluster of leaves and a healthy portion of roots. Using a clean, sharp knife or garden shears, carefully cut through the connecting roots, making sure each divided section has at least 2 to 3 leaves and a strong root system. If any roots appear damaged or mushy, trim them off before replanting. Dividing your peace lily not only helps propagate new plants, but also rejuvenates an overgrown plant, encouraging fresh growth and better air circulation within the soil. Replanting. Once the sections are separated, select appropriately sized pots with good drainage holes to prevent waterlogging. Fill the new pots with fresh, well-draining potting mix, ideally a blend of peat moss, perlite, and pine bark to ensure aeration and moisture retention. Make a small hole in the center of the soil and carefully position each new plant, ensuring that the roots are spread out and not cramped. Gently press the soil around the base to provide support. After replanting, water thoroughly to help the roots establish in their new environment, allowing excess water to drain out completely. Keep the newly potted divisions in a warm, humid spot with indirect light for the first few weeks, avoiding direct sunlight until the plants have fully adjusted. With proper care, your peace lily divisions will establish quickly, rewarding you with fresh, vibrant growth in no time. By now, you have all the knowledge you need to keep your peace lily looking stunning year-round. With proper light, watering, soil, and care, your Spathiphyllum will reward you with lush green leaves and elegant white blooms. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. Share your experiences with Peace Lila. What has worked for you? What challenges have you faced? Subscribe to my channel so you never miss expert plant care tips. Happy growing, and see you in the next video.